Robert Krajcik here for Rebel News in Ottawa, Ontario, just ahead of the Tamara Lich trial of political persecution, which is about to begin.
What's your response then if you do get arrested, if you're the next person that police do arrest?
Hold the line! Hold the line!
Lich is being charged with mischief, obstructing police, and counseling others to commit mischief and intimidation in relation to her role as one of the Freedom Convoy's primary organizers. For those needing a refresher, the Freedom Convoy was easily one of the largest human rights and civil liberties demonstrations in modern history, where tens of thousands of Canadians protested on and around Parliament Hill in opposition to mRNA injection mandates, the so-called vaccines, and restrictions on their freedoms imposed upon them within the framework of so-called public health. The demonstrations drew Canadians from across the country and took place in the early winter months of 2022. Rather than speaking with protesters opposed to the federal government's draconian abuses marketed as so-called public health responses to COVID-19, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked martial law in response to the Freedom Convoy by using the Emergencies Act. Lich was held in jail for 49 days after her arrest in February of 2022. The Crown stated that Lich is facing up to 10 years in jail if found guilty of the charges against her.
My mother died by herself because I couldn't go to a long-term care facility. This is not right. This has to end. People have been separated for so long. I've had so many hugs. And do you know how long it's been since people were allowed to hug? And that's not right.
Our reporting here with Rebel News amounts to a continuation of our ongoing reporting that was going on during the Freedom Convoy, where Rebel News was offering you accurate information, unlike what was being promoted by the propagandists in the so-called mainstream media. We're going to continue that tradition here, that ethic here. We're going to maintain those values here, and we're going to be here every day of this trial, of this political persecution, to deliver accurate information to you, our beloved audience. For what it's worth, since I live here in Ottawa, Ontario, and have most of my life, I was here every single day of the Freedom Convoy, both in a professional and personal context. I observed what was happening. I had a pretty good sense of what was going on, given that I was here in downtown 6 hours a day across the entire process, the entire demonstration. For those willing and able to help Tamara Lich combat this political persecution, please consider donating to the civil liberties organization known as the Democracy Fund, which is helping fund her legal defense, and they will provide you with a tax receipt because this is a tax-deductible donation. You can go to helptamara.com to offer assistance. For those of you in the audience that love our on-the-ground reporting, please help offset our costs. We can't do this for free. We're not receiving funding from the government like the usual suspects in the so-called mainstream media, and throw in something over at tamaratrial.com.
The people are awakening to a force that cannot be suppressed. Glory be to freedom, glory be to Canada, and glory be to all of you. Thank you.
For those of you who are able to and want to help Tamara Lich combat this political persecution, please contribute to her legal defense fund at helptamara.com. And for those of you out there that love our on-the-ground coverage, please assist us. Understand we can't do this for free. We have operational costs. We don't get funding from the government like the usual suspects in the mainstream media. So please visit our site at tamaratrial.com and contribute what you can.